Today we are discussing the UGC NET Home Science previous year questions of June 2023 cycle, wherein we are solving the human development related questions. The total number of questions asked in the cycle were 12. Let's begin. The first question is, human development is determined by, the given options are A, biological and cognitive processes, B, cognitive and socio-emotional processes, C, social, emotional and biological processes, D, biological, cognitive and socio-emotional process. Let's understand all these processes. As we know, human development is a complex process that is influenced by various factors. It is not determined by any single developmental factor, rather, it is the combination of biological, cognitive, language, and socio-emotional development. Let's break down all these development. The first one is cognitive development, which is referred to the mental process that occurs as individuals grow and mature. This includes the development of thinking, problem solving, memory, language, and reasoning skills. As children grow, they acquire knowledge and develop their cognitive abilities, which continue to evolve throughout their life. Then we have socio-emotional development, which is referred to the one's emotional and relationship, social skills, and ability to interact with others. This is where individuals learn to form attachments, develop empathy, and navigate social situations. Then we have language development, which is referred to the understanding of words, communication with others, and speech, reading, and writing development. The last one is biological development, which include physical changes that occur in human body from birth to the old age. That can be in any form like growth, hormonal changes, brain development, and the maturation of various bodily parts. For example, when we grow up and reaches the phase of puberty, we experience many changes like increase in muscle mass, growth of secondary sexual characteristics. Right now, let's get back to our question, which was asking us about the human development is determined by. So after understanding all the development of human, we can say that correct answer is option number D, which is biological, cognitive, and socio-emotional process. Question number 2, the sequence in which the growth occurs from the top to the bottom of the body is, the options are A, proximodistal, B, orthogenetic, C, cephalocaudal, D, genetic. Let's understand all the given options. The first one is the pattern of development, which we called as cephalocaudal development and proximodistal development. So let's understand what is cephalocaudal development. And I'll break these terms like cephalocaudal, where cephalo means head and caudal means tail, which is referred to the pattern of growth and development that occurs from head to tail, or we can say top to bottom. For example, during the prenatal development, the brain and facial features develop before the legs and feet, right? This pattern can also be observed in infants initially gain to control their head and neck muscle before their legs and arms, right? Then we have proximodistal development. Again, we'll break the term, where proxy means center and distal means extremes, which is referred to the pattern of development that occurs from center of the body to outward. For example, infant learn shoulder control before fingers and arms, right? Then we have our option, which was orthogenetic development. Again, we'll break the term. Ortho means straight or correct, and genetic is referred to the process of development. So it means a development process that follows a correct or straight path, suggesting that there is a predetermined and structured sequence in the development of traits, behavior, and characteristics. Then we have last option, which was genetic development. Genetic development is something related to genetics and heredity growth, right? But in this context, it does not refer to the sequence of growth, but rather pertain to genetic inheritance, how it influences the various aspects of development. Here I have quoted the example of two identical twins named Jennifer and Karen, who has a genetic issue which is related to absorb of fat. They have twice faster absorption of fat as compared to average person. So if you see Jennifer, who follows the low fat diet and eats healthy food, whereas Karen, who eats fatty, unhealthy food that can be junk foods, where Jennifer will be growing up with the with the no triggered obesity genes, whereas Karen's genes of obesity will be triggered because of her an unhealthy life pattern. So this is what genetic development is. Coming back to our question where they were asking you the sequence in which the growth occurs from top to bottom of the body. So after understanding all the options, we can say the correct answer will be C, which is cephalocaudal. Question number 3. The issue involving the debate about whether development is primarily influenced by an organism's biological inheritance or by its environmental experiences. And given options are A, continuity discontinuity issue, B, nature nurture issue, C, early later experience issue, and D, homeschool issue. Let's understand all the given options. The first one is continuity discontinuity issue. This debate pertains to whether development is a continuous gradual process or a series of distinct stages and transitions. It explores whether development occurs smoothly without abrupt changes, that is continuity, or if there is a distinct and discontinuous stages that marks significant shift in development, that is discontinuity. Then we will come to our second option, which was nature nurture issue. This debate actually revolves around the relative contribution of genetic factors, that is nature, and environmental factors, that is nurture, of an individual's development. It questions whether an organism's traits and behavior are primarily the result of their genetic makeups, or if are some more influenced by the environment in which they are raised. Then we have early later experience issue. This issue examines the role of early experiences versus later experiences in shaping an individual's development. It considers whether early experiences in life, such as childhood experiences, have more significant impact on development compared to late experiences in adolescence or in adulthood. Then we have last one, which was home school issue. Actually, this is not widely recognized issue in the context of developmental psychology. It may refer to debate about the influence of home environment versus the school environment on a child development, but it is not a standard term used in the field. So they have actually given you to confuse that. Coming back to our question, which was asking about the issue involving the debate about whether development is primarily influenced by an organism's biological inheritance or by It's environmental experience. So after understanding all the mentioned option, we can say that the correct answer will be B, which is nature nurture issue. Question number 4. Here they are asking you to arrange the stages of cognitive development in sequence. The given sequence in the question is A, formal operational stage, B, sensory motor stage, C, pre-operational stage, D, concrete operational stage. And the given codes are code small a, capital B, C, D, A, code small b, capital D, C, D, A, code small c, capital C, D, A, B, code small t, capital C, B, A, D. Let's understand the cognitive developmental theory, which was given by Jean Piaget. He has given 4 stages. The first one is sensory motor stage, which occurs around birth to 2 years. During this stage, infants learn about the world primarily through their senses and actions. Then we have pre-operational stage that occurs around 2 to 7 years of age. This stage include where child become capable of symbolic thinking, language development, and use of mental representation. Then third stage is concrete operational stage. This stage typically occur from 7 to 12 years. During this stage, children begin the ability to think logically about concrete objects and events. They can understand conservation, perform simple operation in their heads, and think more flexibly. Then the last stage is formal operational, which is from 12 years onward, in which and can continue to the adulthood. In this stage, individual gains the ability of abstract thinking and reasoning about hypothetical situations. They can think critically and engage in complex problem solving. Coming back to our question, the sequence of the cognitive development stages will be: the first one will be B, sensory motor. Then will be have C, pre-operational stage. Then D, concrete operational stage. And the last one will be formal operational stage. So the correct code will be code A, B, C, D, A. Question number 5 is match type of a question where they are asking you to match the disorders or disability to its correct description. They have mentioned some of the disorders and disabilities like articulation disorder, dyslexia, dysgraphia, and dyscalculia. Before seeing the description, first let's understand all the given disorders. The first one is articulation disorder. Actually, it is a speech disorder which characterized by difficulties in pronouncing specific sounds and have unclear speech and difficulty to understand the words. Individual may substitute word or omit, or it can impair their ability to understand. Speech therapy is often used to address such kind of a situation, such kind of a disorder. Then we have dyslexia, which is specifically a learning disability that primarily affects the reading and language skills. Children with dyslexia have trouble recognizing and decoding words, understanding the relationship between letters, sounds, and spellings. Then we have dysgraphia, which is also a learning disability that affects the writing and fine motor skill of a child. It leads to the challenges in handwriting and spellings. The last one was dyscalculia, which is also a learning disability that impacts the mathematical ability of an individual, where they struggle with basic arithmetics, number sense, and mathematical reasonings. So Coming to our question, where they were asking you to match them with the correct description. So, articulation disorder will be problem in pronouncing correctly, which is fourth one. Then we have dyslexia, which will be impairment, inability to read and spell. Then we have dysgraphia, which will be impairment in handwriting. Then we have dyscalculia, which will be the difficulty in mathematical reasoning. So the correct answer will be D. Coming to our next question, question number 6, which is arrange the Kohlberg's stages of moral development in sequence. The sequence they have given in the question is A. Universal ethical principles, B. Individual instrumental purpose and exchange, C. Mutual interpersonal expectations, relationships, and interpersonal conformity, D. Punishment and obedience orientation, E. Social system morality. The given codes are code small a, capital D, C, B, A, E, code small b, capital D, B, C, E, A, code small c, capital C, D, A, B, E, code small d, capital E, C, A, D, B. Let's see the model developmental theory given by Lawrence Kohlberg. So he has proposed 6 stages of model development grouped into 3 levels, each with 2 stages. So the level 1 is pre-conventional morality. At this level, individuals make moral judgment based on self-interest and avoiding punishment. The stage 1 is obedience and punishment orientation, where individual focuses on avoiding punishment. For example, a child believes that it is wrong to steal cookies because if they get caught, they will be punished. Then the stage 2 is an individual instrumental purpose and exchange, where people consider their own interest and needs while also recognizing the importance of reciprocity and fairness. For example, a child follows a rule to get reward. Like, if I'll eat the bowl of veggies, mama will reward me with a bite of chocolate. Then coming to level 2, which is conventional morality. At this level, individuals start to consider social norms and the opinions of others while making the moral decision. The stage 3 is mutual interpersonal expectations and conformity, where individual values social norms and approval of other. For example, a teenager in this phase try to fit in a group of children and trying to gain the attention and following all the rules that group has. Then we have the next stage, which is social system morality, where decisions are influenced by the understanding of social orders and following them. For example, a person wears helmet while riding the bike and he believes that everyone should follow the rule. Then we have level 3, which is post-conventional. And at this level, individuals develop their moral principles and values, which may sometimes conflict with social norms. And stage 5, which is social contract and individual rights. Here, a person recognizes that there can be conflict with moral principles, right? For example, an individual believes in following laws, but is willing to question and change the law that they consider unfair or unjust. Then we have a stage 6, which is universal ethical principles. In this stage, person follows the rules which are chosen by himself. Like these are the laws which he feels is good, I'll follow them. Rest, he doesn't care about it. coming back to our question, which was asking you to arrange the stages of moral development. So the first one will be punishment and obedience orientation. Then we will have B, which is individual instrumental purpose and exchange. Then C, mutual interpersonal expectations, relationships, and interpersonal conformity. E, social system morality. And A, universal ethical principles. So the correct code will be code small b, D, capital D, B, C, E, A. Thank you for watching the video. Do subscribe to our channel to get the latest update of videos.